Good evening, this is Howard Nema, Truth Talk News. This is a Truth Talk special report. I'm joined by Dr. Antonella Carpenter and Randy Simmons discussing more attacks by the COINTELPRO. Bizarre turn of events here against Dr. Carpenter, who's joining us. Dr. Carpenter, what are recent events there that's happened, Antonella? Hi. What recent events have occurred?
Hi.
How much time have we got?
Yeah, where do I start? Okay, after the raid, all right, we were somebody from the paper in Arkansas tried to contact us, and of course, knowing how they are, we didn't bother answering. And then an article came in the Owasso paper. What is the name of the Owasso paper, Randy?
Owasso Leader.
Okay, the Owasso Leader came that basically...
No. Owasso Reporter. I'm sorry.
Reporter. And that came as saying that basically we were raided by FDA because of illegal activities. And then the paper, the Arkansas paper came on and wrote another article. And first, fortunately, is up on the top of the article is the fact that they contact FDA, the agent in the Office of Criminal Investigation, and were asking him something. Then when the agent found out that we were the one posting the information that we were raided, we were the ones. That's when he quit wanting to talk and said they had to refer to the Office of Special Investigation? What?
Yeah, I think Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs. So, yeah, then he refused
here we
to
go.
talk. Yeah.
And, FDA, let's see here. An FDA spokesman in Silver Spring, Maryland said Tuesday in an email that the FDA doesn't comment on pending, current, or ongoing investigations. However, Jeremy Bain, remember him, Howard?
Yes, absolutely.
However, Jeremy Bain, one of the agents involved in the raid, confirmed that it took place when the leader contacted him Monday afternoon regarding an internet posting by LaysMed itself. LaysMed's blog gave details about the raid and posted a digital image of Bain's FDA business card. Bain said the agency wasn't aware that its raid was mentioned by LaysMed until the leader called. He referred all other comments to FDA's Public Affairs Office.
Oh, really? Okay, well...
Yeah, because what they're saying is they're claiming that we were, illegal drug manufacturing without...
Yes, they say you're manufacturing drugs.
Yeah.
Right. Causing the drugs to be mislabeled, misbranded, medical devices to be adulterated and mislabeled, wire fraud, and failure to register a drug manufacturing facility.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. I didn't know that you were manufacturing drugs, Dr. Carpenter.
I didn't know either. I was not informed. And I did not realize that we had adulterated devices, and I was not aware of the fact that saline and common edible color used in food.
Yeah, food color, yeah.
And this same article that I was reading,
color.
this same article that I was reading from by Stephen Steed, who writes for the Arkansas Leader, who I didn't know until now is a former political crony. I had no idea.
At the time he was fired, and they didn't say why he was fired.
Yeah,
and he was fired.
As a press liaison for the House of Representatives in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, I have the article right here. I'm showing it to the people, the viewing audience. It's a Speaker of the House office to take on advocacy role. This is from 2009. And folks there can look and see where it says right here that this guy Steed, here it goes. This guy Craig Douglas took over the position, and he'll be paid $5,000 a month plus 50% commission on any additional contracted work. It doesn't say.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's good money.
That's good money. That's $80,000 a year at least minimum.
Especially in Arkansas. No, it's $60,000 a year, but plus commission.
50% commission, probably $80,000 with a commission. Sure.
Yeah. But the thing is that he was fired in 2009 when, get this, Bond came out of office. His office expired. Think about that.
Isn't that very interesting? Willis declined to say why Steed was let go, and that's right here in the article.
But the timing is, and then that's the time the lawsuit came up, and Bond was, so obviously they're friends, and there must be something, because the Bond, there is a term limit in Arkansas, okay? And actually, Bond was trying to fight it. And there was an article that we had posted a while back how they were criticizing him in the state of Arkansas. It wasn't us. People were criticizing him. Oh, sure, he doesn't want to leave office because he doesn't want to stop eating with the pigs. That's what they said.
Yeah, it was a little TV commercial where they took an old black and white cartoon of pigs dancing in a square dance party or something, and showed Will Bond and a bunch of pigs. Anyway,
pigs, it looks like he's a pig, because right here, he writes this story. This Stephen Steed writes this story special to the Leader on Wednesday, the 18th of July, that agents with Food and Drug raided your facility. And it's a total, pro FDA piece.
Yeah. What I was about to say before I brought this aside up about Stephen Steed, who I recognize the name because I know he wrote the articles last year in the Arkansas Leader about the trial. And then he wrote a previous article about the lawsuit when it came out. He's basically been the Arkansas Leader's scoop man for this story. Okay.
A friend of Bond.
Yeah. But what I was about to read, though.
Well, Will Bond is of the McMath law firm in Little Rock, which is like, what? That's like,
right.
Is that like up there with with the Whitewater people,
Well, close.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm trying to say. It's one of the in. It's one of the in.
Yeah, they were.
It's a group law firms. One of the in people.
Yeah, it's part of the cool crowd.
Part of the cool crowd, Everyone forgets about
the KKK. That's what it is.
What I was going to read, though, is in this latest piece by Steed. He says, in its blog post of July 12th, which is the day after the raid, with the headline of Dr. Carpenter raided by government thugs, LaysMed said the agents seized patient records, employee records, computer hard drives, medical lasers, other lab equipment used in treatments, and the entire contents of an office safe, including rent and expense money. Now Dr. Carpenter cannot perform her treatments. Patient appointments must be canceled, and some patients may die as a result, as this was their last hope. The blog read, Dr. Carpenter's rent and expense money was in the safe, and now that is gone as well. And, of course, it comes right out of the quote to say, Carpenter, who doesn't hold a medical degree or a medical license, didn't return messages left on the answering machine.
When did I claim I was ever an MD, and when did I have to have a license in Oklahoma? See, that's misleading is. But then doesn't he say that we are on the run?
Yeah, well, that's the headline of the story. That's the headline of the story. But the next paragraph, it says, and this is all I'm going to read. In the next paragraph, it
company
says,
on the run, yeah.
Yeah. In the next paragraph, though, it says, in its application for search warrant, FDA agents said that they suspected violations of federal law, such as wire fraud, causing a drug to be misbranded and a medical device to be adulterated, and failure to register a drug manufacturing establishment.
Incredible, considering none of those things even, they don't exist.
None of the things. And talking about wire fraud, it's stated all over our website. Hey, we don't use drugs. No drugs. Okay? And the other thing is, it's a heat effect. So it's not anything it's a natural event. It's nothing that under the control of FDA. Nothing of it. The laser is such low power that doesn't mean anything. So they are trying to create a case that doesn't exist. And FDA raised the company on the run. Well, if we were on the run, how the heck they could have raided us?
How would they have found that big sign out in front of your office?
Good point.
If you were on the run.
Good point.
But,
well, it's the medical mafia.
Googling.
It's the medical mafia. Putting in their They want to make sure that they destroy your credibility and they destroy anybody's who might say, well, let's look into this woman's work and see if there's some validity to it, instead of just calling her a crazy nut. You know, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're trying to
And not only that, even when they were asking questions, they admitted that they were, all of this was based on the complaint of 3 people. Since when is a basis?
And you know who those 3 people are, Howard.
Yeah.
We talked about them at length.
Yes, we did.
But I was Googling yesterday. I was Googling FDA and searching out FDA Office of Criminal Investigations, and one article like just jumped out at me, and it was close to the top of Google results. And well, you know, I had to check it out and see what it was talking about. And it was actually in kind of a bodybuilder steroid magazine. It was written and published by some people that are basically against the crackdown on steroid use, and I really have no opinion on that. I've never been into that kind of thing myself, but in the article it says it was talking about the FDA's Office of Criminal Investigations and how it's a relatively new department within the department. It's only within the last 10 years has that division been even created, and it says that these special agents of the FDA OCI come from mostly other federal law enforcement agencies, such as the U.S. Secret Service, Immigrations, Customs Enforcement, Postal Inspection Service, and the DEA. They bring years of prior federal criminal investigative experience using traditional law enforcement methods, professional contacts, and investigative techniques. They investigate FDA-related crimes, typically involving counterfeit, unapproved, or illegally diverted drugs, product tampering and substitution, fraudulent health treatments, and allegations of fraud in new drug applications and trials. They have the legal power and capability of a well-equipped federal law enforcement organization. They have statutory authority to obtain and execute arrests and search warrants, carry firearms, gather evidence to enforce U.S. criminal law, and they obtain specialized training as polygraph examiners, computer forensics examiners, firearms instructors, and technical surveillance specialists. So this is like the SS.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah, but they're basing it just like the SS on phony and hearsay just to serve their purposes, just like the SS. It's not any different.
It really isn't.
See how they can... No, and I don't see how they can claim that this is the United States and the freedom. And they have no knowledge and no understanding whatsoever of science and our treatment, okay? Because the guy that was taking some notes, he didn't even know what milliwatts were or how to spell it, okay? He didn't know how to spell milliwatts. Please. And those are the investigators. It just was disgusting what went on, all based on lie. And then they were taking advertising material under the thing of fraud. But guess what? Okay? They took bumper stickers.
Yeah, that's
How
crazy.
do you advertise? And the medical conspiracy bumper stickers. What that's got to do with anything? That is not connected to the treatment. Why did they take that? Because that's what bothers them, okay? That's what bothers the establishment. That's what bothers the drug companies. The medical conspiracy radio show. And they took bumper stickers of that. That has nothing to do with that supposedly they were looking for.
Right.
Nothing whatsoever.
It's just terrible.
I mean, it's just unbelievable that this could happen in the United States. And now, if that were not enough, then what happened? After we had another show with you, what happened? Yeah, Randy was talking about what happened to his computer. Then I can talk what happened to mine. I still am struggling with.
Oh yeah, and then I cannot dismiss the idea that none of this happened until the FDA got a hold of all of the data from the office computers. You know,
That's
extracted everything, and some IP specific problems started happening with me and you.
That's right.
Was it Thursday or Wednesday? I was talking to you on Skype,
I think it was
and
Wednesday.
we weren't on it.
Might have been Thursday.
Yeah, we weren't.
Yeah.
No, it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
We weren't. We weren't on a show, I know that, but we were just talking.
We were just talking.
And because that morning, I remember now, that morning I had discovered that I was not able to view the Medical Conspiracy website. Not only that, but I was unable to log in to the server via my FTP. And I just went, oh, God, because I've had the FTP messed with before a year or so ago, and I was able to get it, straightened out. But the fact that I wasn't able to view the website, that was strange. And then
and now the Les Med. This is the Medical Conspiracy website.
Right. I was able to log into the Les Med Inc. account. I was able to view it. And strangely enough, the Orion Talk Radio, I wasn't allowed to view that website either. I went around the bush. I went from my hosting company, talking to their tech people. They said, this is nothing on our side because we've checked everything out and everything is A-OK. You need to contact your ISP. And I contacted them, and they said there's really nothing that we can do unless you change your account and upgrade it. Then we can actually change your IP address from, on demand, so to speak. And it was shortly thereafter that I'm talking to you on the phone, telling you about all this stuff. I mean, on the phone, on Skype, telling you about all this stuff. And yeah, at least 10 times, right?
At least 10 times.
The call got lost and then tried to reconnect and lost and reconnect. I mean, within seconds, a few seconds good, a few seconds off, a few seconds good, like somebody's throwing a switch back and forth.
Yeah, it really was. It's like the broadcasts that we've been doing lately. The last few broadcasts have been all chopped up because of the streams. They've been hitting us with something. Right. Yeah.
But then at one point, the call dropped again, and I looked down, and I got nothing. I got no internet. And I go into the room with the modem and the router, check it all out, and there's, nothing coming in, nothing going out. So I called ISP again and went through some steps with them. Finally, they reset it and told me that they had found something unusual. They said that the modem was stuck in static, whatever that means. It was stuck in static mode, which... I mean, all cable-based ISPs are in static IP, but I don't know exactly what. But she said it was unusual. She couldn't verify hacking. But yeah, once I got my internet turned back on, the first person I got in touch with was you. And what did you tell me happened to you at the same time?
Well, yeah, I had my computer crashed. Again, I had that similar crash event, and then recently, just today. My internet went down when we were supposed to be doing this earlier. I wasn't able to get in touch with you for about an hour. But that day, yes, I got the blue screen of death again. They just zap it, and the whole thing had to be rebooted again. Yeah.
So they're listening to us right now. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Well, thank you for putting the virus.
I got plenty of things I'd like to say to them, but I don't know if Dr. Carpenter would appreciate me talking like.
Honestly, I had it's on record. The last broadcast that we did together, you could see the virus that went into my computer when I clicked on this guy's link here from Cancer Treatment Centers that said he was cured of pancreatic cancer. I clicked to see if he really was and if he has a obituary, and I got a virus from that link, and it's on record. Everyone can go to Freedom First Films. It's up there on YouTube. You can go to livestream.com, Truth Talk News. It is up there. Proof is in the pudding there. And yes, again, this guy claimed that he was treated and cured, and so we wanted to do a little more research to find out if that was true on air, and they gave me a virus. So I don't know if the guy's dead. Maybe he is. I don't know. But certainly interesting, and it happened. We were doing it live. You saw it. It happened.
Yep. Yeah. How come? And I am having a problem.
Out of all places to get a virus from that one link, it's recorded.
Yeah.
The screen is recorded. I click on the link, and it's a virus.
Yeah, some rogue scanning program pops up, says, "Oh, your computer is infected. We're scanning it now."
Exactly, and I'm like, it wasn't like it was like you can understand, like they put in these sites, like these porn sites and these gambling sites where they have viruses, but not just some random site to see if a guy's dead. Come on, That's suspicious.
How dare you doubt our word? How
Yeah.
dare you
Right.
doubt our word?
Because what they say is gospel. We are lying, but they tell.
Well, their
Absolute truth.
lies are admonished. You know, they're allowed to lie. They're paid to do it.
Yeah.
Boy, and now, like she said, now Dr. C, for the
Oh.
last 2 or 3 days,
Today.
got rolling issues that continue to come up resolved and then reappear.
I keep having all this warning of bugs, and it's just unbelievable what is going on.
They did it to me too.
And then this is not ending yet. Okay? And then my car disappeared. There is no car in my driveway.
Right.
I mean, this.
Talk about that a little bit. When did you notice that? What happened? Wednesday night we had spoken.
see-
So you didn't, for a couple of days, you didn't use the car. You were, inside. And
I
then
was inside. It was really hot, and I wasn't feeling good, sick to my stomach with all the things that have been going on. I didn't pay any attention. The last time I saw my car in the driveway was during the day on Tuesday. I don't know what happened after, okay? And I did not notice till Friday that I felt like going out, that my car was not in the driveway. I was in a shock. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so I called the police, and I gave him the information on the car, the tag, and everything. And then later a policeman came at my door, and yes, my car was used in a robbery.
And left
Interesting.
at the scene, right?
and left at the scene a couple of days earlier. So what took them so long to get in touch with you?
They didn't get in touch with me. I had to call
No,
them.
that's
and
what I'm saying.
report the car.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, why wouldn't they get in touch with you right away that night? We found your car. It was stolen.
Because with the tag, they would have known who owned the car.
Of course.
There was my attaché in the car with my business cards. So I mean, come on.
That's what makes me wonder if the cops are included too. If they were in the loop. Hey, don't contact this lady right away.
I mean, every time, we talk about these things and, you say, oh, the quote unquote, and I'm using the little symbols, quote unquote conspiracy theorists. But I have to tell you, this is how it operates. This is the way they do it. They infiltrate, and that's why it makes it look, oh, that's crazy that you got, now the cops are in on it too. And they are. They probably are. You've got people in all levels. Look at Watergate. All you got to do is look at Watergate and what proof there is that these things can happen. So that's the only time it ever happened in history. Like 9/11 wasn't an inside job. Give me a break. Come on, everybody, wake up. They're destroying your lives, Dr. Carpenter and Randy. They're destroying your lives. For the fact
and they're
that
trying to. Yeah, I was going to say they're trying to make her into a female Osama bin Laden, because even false flag deaths. I started talking about this 2 years ago. The false flag terrorism that's been happening, and they can connect somebody to her, and then they do something and make these people die from chemo or morphine or whatever, and then they come back and say it's her fault.
Yeah, no, it's true. We know, like the woven creature and just attacking you and constantly, and this list. It's a campaign. There's no other word to use. It's a campaign. It's a crusade against you.
And 2 years of intentional omission. 2 years of intentional omission of a very important detail. That being that their poster child had 2 forms of cancer.
I only treated one of those.
Right.
Well,
they won't say that. They won't say that. That doesn't help their story. That doesn't help their position. But then you can't even defend yourself in court for that reality and have the people that you've helped.
And then I cannot even defend myself on the web presenting the video with the information, and then that's when they pounced on me again, because I had the audacity to present the evidence that I had. See? I presented the evidence, so they pounced on me, and they tried to get me with the writ of execution like if I had that kind of money. I don't have anything. And then that did not work because the court was out of jurisdiction. And see, he didn't say we are out of jurisdiction. The jerk snake didn't say, oh, it's difficult to collect. He didn't say because we are out of jurisdiction and legally we cannot collect. He said, oh, because they are in Oklahoma, so it's hard. Why it is hard? Because what you're doing, besides having the decision of an illegal court, an illegal jury, but also out of jurisdiction, you can collect. and the corporation is out of jurisdiction. It's
Right.
absolutely absurd.
So they had to make up a
that
crazy lie to get the FDA in.
So what they got the FDA going, and the FDA to jump on something like that had to be their old friends in cahoots. It cannot be anything.
Well, yeah,
and you know
it's their buddies, you know. It's the
I'm
buddies.
I'm still a little tickled to find out that Stephen Steed is a crony of Will Bond's, though.
Looks that way. He
back
was
in-
fired. He was fired in his position in 2009.
That's when
And he
the
writes
mandate-
articles for all these newspapers. Who the hell is he?
Well, mainly the leader. That's the only place I've seen his name is in the Arkansas Leader.
Well, he likes to write
But
about
he's-
you guys.
Yeah. He's every article about her. Well, there's only been 3 as far as I know. One 2 years ago, one about a year ago when the trial happened, and then this one last week. But yeah, Stephen Steed. Hi, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
It's unbelievable what they're trying to do to you. But again, you know, this will all come out. I mean, have you heard anything from the FDA? Have they given you any correspondence regarding the seizure of your equipment and your funds?
And you know what they're gonna do? They came, and I think what they did, they were hoping to find something right there to arrest me. Didn't work, so they took all the containers where the stain was to prove C is not true. They even took a bottle of saline. Okay.
Yeah, that's clearly
Because
clearly contraband.
It's a
contraband.
little known fact that FDA approved saline plus FDA approved food coloring is a dangerous drug.
Very dangerous drug.
Yeah.
And you're manufacturing this dangerous
Little known
drug.
fact.
You're manufacturing
Yeah,
dangerous
that's why they're
drug.
sold off the shelf, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's why they're sold in store off the shelf, because they're dangerous drugs.
Well,
okay,
that don't matter. You can buy the ingredients for crystal meth and get them in stores too. But you do it right, and you got an illegal drug. See?
But they're restricted though, because people have been used it illegally. So now you cannot buy without having to have it recorded that you bought them. They're not off the shelf.
Good
You
luck
have
if you want to get an
pharmacy.
antihistamine these days. Yeah, you got to sign a form to get an antihistamine. That's insane, but whatever, you know. Okay, more regulation.
Because that's how they use.
Yeah,
But there are no restriction on using saline. I mean, it's water we saw.
I know.
We saw you.
It's saline.
I mean,
it's food coloring. You can put it on your ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, come on, get real. You can drink it.
Yeah,
I told her I got to say this. I got to say this. Dr. Carpenter never wanted to do this, but a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years ago, when all this crap started, I wanted to. I said, "Come on, we need to do it. We need to have a video of us sitting down with a couple of tall glasses of ice and a pitcher, and pour it in there and say saline, or Oxy M. It's great on the rocks, and just turn it back and drink it to show how ignorant these people are and what they're
because
what
you
they're saying."
know that the chemotherapy compound that they inject into your veins, okay, do you know, and they are FDA approved, do you know that you cannot drink it? If you drink it, you die immediately.
I know. Oh, we got a problem with the call. Lost internet.
Oh, right there where you said that.
We just lost internet immediately when you said that, right, Randy? And I hopefully I've got to repeat what you. Repeat it again.
Okay,
Yes.
I said that 2 years ago I suggested doing a video for LaceMed where we sit with a couple of glasses of ice and a pitcher of Oxy M, and we sit there and we drink it on camera to show how idiotic these people are. And then Dr. Carpenter said, "Go ahead."
I said that chemotherapy compounds that are FDA approved and they are injected intravenous, okay? They are FDA approved. If you, instead of injecting intravenous, you drink it, you die immediately.
That's right.
It's such a strong poison, you die. Okay,
That's right.
Not that you don't die.
But you don't die drinking saline and food coloring.
No, you don't.
No.
Might not taste that great,
in fact,
but
if you put saline and food coloring in your bloodstream, it doesn't kill you either.
it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. But it's a dangerous drug.
Oh yeah, because it turns your urine green, so it's very dangerous.
Yes, and the medical mafia is just they're just after you. I did hit them hard, and they've been hitting us hard here at Truth Talk News and on truthbroadcastnetwork.com, trying to make all these broadcasts that we do, like you can't like understand them, by breaking up the stream, by confusing the thoughts. But I think we've gotten a nice little clip here of so far nothing too bad with the streaming.
Stephen Steed.
Stephen Steed is big, and the other criminal. What's the guy? The guy who's hiding behind his Stasi badge. What's his name again?
Jeremy Bain.
Jeremy Bain, who again I exposed here, has put his business card up.
I would say Jeremy Bain is told what to do and he does it. But on the other hand, he's the one that used really deception.
Yes, well, that's the whole thing was a sting. They said that there was a patient, and there was no patient.
Yeah,
which is again, it's entrapment. I saw a movie I saw a movie last night. First time I've seen it. A movie called Contagion, which is again tremendously filled with clues about what's going on. And they were just talking about the same thing, the railroading this guy played by Jude Law, who had a cure for this thing, and they were just, the CDC, everyone was after him, they called him a criminal, tried to prosecute him, and
that sounds familiar.
And he had the cure for this virus, and he took it, and then they said, well, you never had it, and he has to fight.
Yeah.
Great movie if you ever see it.
And that's what they're trying to say. Some of my patients that are doing well, it's a
coincidence.
It's not. That's exactly what happened. And there is another movie that is hard to find. It's with Dean Cain. It's called Stage 4. And it talks about the same thing. Actually, it was supposedly about AIDS, that this guy had found the cure for AIDS, and everybody got killed, even the people that had been cured of AIDS, because some pharmaceutical company wanted to cover up the fact that there was a cure. No, some drug that it produces, because all they have now is maintenance. Somebody from the paper in Arkansas tried to contact us, and of course, knowing how they are, we didn't bother answering. And then an article came in the Owasso paper. What is the name of the Owasso paper, Randy?
Owasso Leader.
Okay, the Owasso Leader came that basically...
No. Owasso Reporter. I'm sorry.
Reporter. And that came saying that basically we were raided by FDA because of illegal activities. And then the Arkansas paper came on and wrote another article. And first, fortunately, is up on the top of the article is the fact that they contact FDA, the agent in the Office of Criminal Investigation, and were asking him something. Then when the agent found out that we were the one posting the information that we were raided, we were the ones. That's when he quit wanting to talk and said they had to refer to the Office of Special Investigation.
I think Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs. So then he refused
here we
to
go.
talk.
FDA. Let's see here. An FDA spokesman in Silver Spring, Maryland, said Tuesday in an email that the FDA doesn't comment on pending, current, or ongoing investigations. However, Jeremy Bain, remember him, Howard?
Yes, absolutely.
However, Jeremy Bain, one of the agents involved in the raid, confirmed that it took place when the leader contacted him Monday afternoon regarding an internet posting by LaysMed itself. LaysMed's blog gave details about the raid and posted a digital image of Bain's FDA business card. Bain said the agency wasn't aware that its raid was mentioned by LaysMed until the leader called. He referred all other comments to FDA's Public Affairs Office.
Oh, really? Okay, well...
Yeah, because what they're saying is they're claiming that we were... illegal drug manufacturing without...
Yes, they say you're manufacturing drugs.
Yeah.
Right. Causing the drugs to be mislabeled, misbranded, medical devices to be adulterated and mislabeled, wire fraud, and failure to register a drug manufacturing facility.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. I didn't know that you were manufacturing drugs, Dr. Carpenter.
I didn't know either. I was not informed.
Good evening. This is Howard Nema, Truth Talk News. This is a Truth Talk special report. I'm joined by Dr. Antonella Carpenter and Randy Simmons discussing more attacks by the COINTELPRO. Bizarre turn of events here against Dr. Carpenter, who's joining us. Dr. Carpenter, what are recent events there that's happened, Antonella? Hi. What recent events have occurred?
Hi.
How much time have we got?
Yeah, where do I start? Okay. After the raid, all right, we were somebody